Charles Darwin wrote his autobiography in 1876. In his autobiography, he declares he's an agnostic. And so what he does is he gives an argument for God, takes it away, and gives an argument against God, takes it away. Let's look what he has to say about design. He writes, another source of conviction in the existence of God, connected with the reason and not with the feelings, impresses me as having much more weight. This follows from the extreme difficulty, and then he corrects himself, or rather impossibility of conceiving this immense and wondrous universe, including men and women, with their capacity of looking backwards and far into futurity as a result of blind chance or necessity. Clearly, again, Darwin is not a disc teleologist. Continuing, when thus reflecting, and commentators have been all over it when it comes to the present tense here, he says, I feel, this is late in life, I feel compelled to look to a first cause, having an intelligent mind in some degree analogous to that of men and women, and here's your present tense again, and I deserve to be called a theist, one who believes in a personal God. Now make it very clear, Darwin was not a Christian. He rejected Christianity in the late 1830s. But did he believe in a personal God? He's saying it right there. Immediately after this sentence, he says the following, this conclusion, belief in a personal God and intelligent design, was strong in my mind about the time, as far as I can remember, when I wrote The Origin of Species. And it is since that time that it has very gradually, with many fluctuations, become weaker. Now remember, there's a counter-argument, and here's his counter-argument. But then arises the horrid doubt. Darwin's doubt is not about the Cambrian fossils. Here is Darwin's doubt. Can the mind of men and women, which has, as I fully believe, been developed from a mind as low as that possessed by the lowest animals, be trusted when it draws such grand conclusions? And I'm sure you've picked up the problem here. What did he just trust to make this statement? It's contradictory. And the problem with this, it's self-referential incoherence. So from my perspective, I don't think Darwin responds to his design argument. I think it still stands. And continuing on the topic of design, in his last year of his life, he has a conversation with the Duke of Argyll, and the Duke of Argyll recalls, I said to Dr. Darwin, with reference to some of his own remarkable works on the fertilization of orchids and upon earthworms, a couple books that he had written, and various other observations he made of the wonderful contrivances for certain purposes in nature. I said it was impossible to look at these without seeing that they were the effect and expression of mine. I shall never forget Mr. Darwin's answer. He looked at me very hard and said, well, that often comes over me with overwhelming force. But at other times, and he shook his head vaguely, adding, it seems to go away. So here's my point on intelligent design. No, it's not about interventions. Intelligent design is nature impacting us. Intelligent design is a calling out from nature. I think from my perspective, a calling out from nature, answering who's behind it all, a creator.